So on behalf of the University of Sheffield, it's my great pleasure to welcome you to the launch of the Centre for Assistive Technology and Connected Healthcare. I think it's very timely that the launch is happening this week, because this week is Road Safety Week. And around 3,000 people are killed on the roads annually, but actually 10 times that number, that's about 300,000 people, suffer serious injuries in road accidents that have a devastating effect on their lives. So that's around 77 people every day who suffer catastrophic brain damage, paralysis, loss of a limbs or severe burns, and that's just from road accidents alone, notwithstanding the people who are injured at work, at home or in other kinds of activities. There are also over 800,000 people in the UK with dementia. That's 1 in 25 of people aged in their 70s. And of course we're an ageing population, so by 2051 the number of people with a serious health condition is predicted to have risen to 1.7 million. I'm sure everybody here knows someone personally, or at least someone vicariously, who's had a life-changing accident or an illness. My grandmother suffered from Alzheimer's and lost a leg due to an infected ulcer in later life. One of my former colleagues and a friend, Louise, suffered brain damage when she was knocked off her bike by a car. The common reaction to these sorts of events, I think, is to focus on the shock or the horror of the illness or the accident, to talk about what happened and why, or wonder about the emergency services and the intensive care, or to ask when we can visit or what gifts we might take. But what often gets forgotten is the longer-term consequences of living with a disability or a serious illness once the immediate drama of the medical intervention is over. What would you miss most if you were disabled by a serious accident or major illness? I'm a creature of habit, so as soon as I fall out of bed, the first thing I do is clean my teeth. I love my morning coffee, so I go downstairs to make myself a latte, and I always open all the curtains in the house on my way down. I feed the cat and clear up some of the dead mice he's left on the carpet. So my point is, it's not necessarily the big stuff, the job, the car, the finances that matter most when people are seriously injured or ill. It's the small stuff. It's the ability to live a normal life, to do all the everyday rituals and chores, the banal activities that enable us to be independent, that enable us to be ourselves. So I'm very delighted and proud to be asked to represent the university at this launch event today, because of course the vision of Catch is to establish an internationally leading research hub to develop new user-friendly technologies to enable independent living and to improve the healthcare of older and disabled people. Led by Mark Hawley, who just introduced me, and he'll be speaking shortly, Catch is a truly interdisciplinary collaboration involving over 40 academics from 11 different departments and 4 faculties. So it includes healthcare scientists, engineers, psychologists, computer scientists, and people from my own faculty, the social sciences, like sociologists and architects. So I'm very proud to say that the University of Sheffield is investing £1.3 million in Catch, and this is being used to develop the research team further by funding 7 new posts. So Catch's latest catch in the job market is Professor Arlene Astle, who's a clinical psychologist whose research is concerned with supporting people to age well as they live with conditions like dementia. The University's strategic investment is also being used to establish and develop the operations of Catch. And this afternoon you'll have the opportunity to see an exhibition of some of the research being undertaken if you haven't already caught it over lunch. So for example, there's a new communication aid for people with disordered speech, and Nana, a system to help older people monitor what they eat and drink. And also in a minute you'll have the chance to hear from Professor Jeff Fernie, who'll be giving a recorded keynote lecture about new initiatives being developed in Canada's leading rehabilitation centre. Catch is also establishing a small delivery team to work with external partners, and I'm hoping that this will include some of you in the audience, because I know that many of the delegates here are actually from commercial and healthcare organisations. I'm particularly inspired by the fact that Catch is setting up a home lab. Now you may already have seen this outside or read about it, but if not, you'll get again a chance to see this exciting research in action later this afternoon. Home lab will mimic a home or care environment so that researchers can test new assistive technologies that they develop on volunteer users, so that the users actually can simulate what it means to live normally. And by bringing patients, carers, clinicians and researchers together in this unique space, The intention is to enable the translation of academic research into real-world products and services that hopefully will make a difference to the lives of people like my grandmother and my friend Louise. So I hope that you'll all be inspired by what you hear and see today, as I've been, and that you'll support Catch with its important mission going forward. Thank you.